Howdy guys, Bookie Laura here. Time for another Top 5 Wednesday. This week's theme is top 5 authors that I would like to read more from. This was a really easy one for me because there are so many authors that I want to read more from. I tried to keep it varied and interesting and not just say, oh, I want to read more of this because it's good. I want to read more of this author because they're good. So I've tried to think of more varied reasons. So the first author that I want to read more from, and I definitely am going to read more from, is Luke Smitherd. You will have heard me waffle on about him before. He is a self-published up-and-coming author and I love his work, basically. The reason that I would like to read more from him is that all of his stories are what I would call like genre breaking. Actually, all the books that I've read by him have been really difficult to sort of specify the genre that they are part of. They combine different themes and ideas really, really well. So you'll get romance, you'll get horror, you'll get thriller, you'll get sci-fi all in one. And I really like that because it leaves you guessing. You never know what to expect. And his books are always full of twists and turns as well. So I think I want to read more from him because I find that he varies his writing in such a way that's really interesting. It's not just, oh, here's a sci-fi book. You never really know what you're going to get, and that's cool. The second author that I'm really keen to read more from is Lauren Oliver. I am just at the moment finishing the Delirium trilogy, and they are the only books of hers that I've ever read. I found them to be really easy reading and enjoyable, and I have also heard that some of her other books are better, and I think that I would be really keen to read them to see if that's true, and I really enjoy her writing style. The third author that I'd like to read more from is John Scalzi. I recently read Lock-In, which I enjoyed. It was a nice easy read, but the reason I'm most intrigued by his other books is to see his other books also have a lot of character ambiguity in them. When I read Lock-In, the main characters, from the way that they're described, the way that they're talked about, there's a lot of ambiguity around their sort of gender, their ethnicity, their sexuality, and I really liked that. I felt that that was a really interesting idea to just not really talk about the characters' gender and their sexuality and things like that, and to leave it really ambiguous is definitely the word, to leave you thinking, I suppose. And I'd be really keen to see whether his other books do a similar thing. The fourth author that I would like to read more from is Andy Weir, who wrote The Martian. This was one of my favourite books from last year, and actually there was something quite Michael Crichton-esque about how he wrote, how he combined actual science with a fantastic story, and I would love to see more from him and see if it does a similar thing. And the final author that I am absolutely desperate to read more from is Caroline Kepnes. Last year I read You, which was my top book of the year, my favourite read I think of the whole year, loved it to bits. And I've since read Hidden Bodies, which I enjoyed but not quite as much, and I think I'm curious to see if it's just because I love the main character that I enjoy the books, or whether I actually love her style and her writing. So I'd be really curious to read a book by her that didn't star Joe Goldberg and see how I enjoyed that. Now I know that she's working on a project, her next book is going to be a book that's not about Joe, so I will definitely be picking it up to see how I feel. So those are my top 5 authors that I would like to read more from. Please feel free to recommend books from those authors if there's something that you know I will love. That would be great to hear. And let me know which are the authors that you want to read more from. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.